because I'm just trying to skip through. This is 171 pages, if you can see on the left hand side. I'm not going to take you through every page. I'll take you through some of the issues that the local job centre is unable to deal with. Appointments, telephone appointments. There is something strange about how appointments are dealt with in the to-do list or whatever. They don't get cancelled for some reason. The telephone appointments stay on there until you're called many times, and then that person gets upset because you're not picking up the phone. You've told them you're at work or whatever. And so they get upset because no one has cancelled the telephone appointment. Okay, I don't know what's going on, but that is just strange. So here we have the telephone appointments going on. Here, this is really important. Whenever you actually make a claim, or when you're verified, you get these little notifications happening in your journal. This is basically saying, hey, you have a claim now. But it doesn't say you have a claim. It just says other benefits affecting your universal credit. It doesn't say you've got a claim. It doesn't say that your identity has been verified or you've passed the stage. It's just totally blank. You click through this and there's no other information. It's just a letter saying universal credit, this is affecting other stuff. But it doesn't say that you've now got a, might say, live claim. But it doesn't say you've made a claim. So anyway, you haven't made a claim. This is your entitlement. So these two are really together. Yeah, they checked it over. She's just had a phone appointment. She said, oh, I have this and I have that, and that's fine. Then you get the notification, and then you've got entitlement. This is a bit back to front because it's in COVID, so they just did things ad hoc. But usually you wouldn't have entitlement. You would have your claim is verified first of all. Then you provide your finances and stuff like that. Children's and so, and it says, okay, prove everything you've made in your claim, and there you go. But because of COVID, it just got approved. So let's go on to some of the mistakes here. So, partner was living with two other people. They were not their name. They were not her family. They're not part of her family. On her tenancy agreement, they were named as separate individuals with a separate amount to be paid. But Universal Credit, the local job centre, Cambridge, decided to put her down as a family unit, that they were all the right people. Okay, so later we have to deal with this several times. Okay, I think this is it. So there's a mistake in my UC. It's not worked out properly. You know, they have their own room, and this seems. I'll let you read it. So of course you can pause and read it, but this is strange. Someone has reported as a separate tenant. They've got their own amount of rent that they pay, and UC is saying once she was out of work that the other tenants have to pay this rent. And this is April. And I'm helping her because she's worse than me. I'm dyslexic and she's worse than dyslexic. And this is just a repeat of what it is. This is not dealing with the complaint. This person Angela is just repeating what this, look, this is what she said. Hey, there's a confusion about who is in my household. This was corrected at my advisor meeting. But they don't even deal with whatever's said. Hey, thanks a lot, jog on. Then they're trying to work it out. April 21st. So it was, since March it was told, it's not been logged. It's been told to the advisor. Then April, it's not been dealt with. Okay? She's reiterating again. Hey, I'm not their family member. They're not to pay for me. We're here 27th of April. There's still nothing there. Importantly, mandatory reconsideration in the journal. The DWP say to make the mandatory reconsideration in the journal. This is supposed to be an actual legal request in the journal. But this person, Holly, takes it as, I'm not even going to deal with it as a mandatory consideration. I'm just going to give you more information to confirm that we are right. This is what's so infuriating and so legally irresponsible about universal credit. I've got to watch time because I don't want to talk too much on this. But this is a mandatory reconsideration request made in the journal, but it's still mandatory consideration. And there is no acknowledgement that a mandatory consideration has been made. There's no reply letter saying that we're going to get back to you. By the way, there's no time limit for replying to a mandatory reconsideration. Just saying that. And there's no penalty now, after legacy benefits have ended, for this person doing a mistake, or the other person in March making a mistake. There's no penalty for that. Okay? But they have to deal with mandatory reconsiderations. So let's jog on. Let's see how long it took. I actually say this. Is that a mandatory consideration statement of reasons? And then that actually triggers some kind of response. Thank you for your message. Not your mandatory reconsideration. Now it's going to be forwarded to a case manager. So you have to wait. This is important. You have to wait for this person to actually forward mandatory considerations. If this person never actually forwards your mandatory consideration to a manager, you will not have anything happen to your MR. Okay, so we have Robert replying. There is a letter given, a mandatory consideration, but this guy, I believe, let's read it in. I think he doesn't understand it either. Oh yeah, he does. We're now recalculating that. Remember, this is May, and March is when she told on the interview that she had in March, that I'm clarifying that there is not an extra person. I'm not a family member of them. This is 3 separate people with 3 different rent agreements. I'm not related to the other people. But this person, well, it's taken 2 months to resolve that. Let's move on.